The world of entertainment is often celebrated for its glamour and excitement, but behind the bright lights lies a sobering reality: the struggles and tragedies that many performers face. One of the most poignant reminders of this comes from the cast of Fame, 1982 to 1987, a groundbreaking television series that followed the lives of students at a performing arts high school. While Fame brought joy and inspiration to audiences worldwide, it also left behind a legacy marked by sorrow. Over the years, 39 actors who starred in the show tragically passed away, their deaths serving as a stark reminder of the fragility of life. This video is a tribute to those talented individuals, remembering their contributions to the arts and honoring their memory. In reflecting on their lives and careers, we are reminded of the fleeting nature of fame and the enduring impact these actors had on the entertainment world. Anthony Ray, who portrayed Leroy Johnson in the iconic 1982 television series Fame, was a young and talented performer known for his fierce passion and rebellious spirit. Cast in the role at the age of 20, Ray embodied a gifted dancer who struggled with personal conflicts and the hardships of life while chasing his artistic dreams. Unfortunately, his real-life journey mirrored that of his character. Ray battled addiction, emotional turmoil, and self-destructive tendencies, which significantly hindered his promising career. Although Fame marked Ray's breakthrough role, he was unable to sustain long-term success, despite the potential many saw in him. His personal life was marred by strained relationships, financial difficulties, and a cycle of self-destruction. On November 14, 2003, Anthony Ray passed away at the age of 41 due to complications from a stroke. His untimely death left the entertainment world mourning the loss of a talent that never fully reached its potential. Ray's personal struggles defined much of his life, cementing his legacy as a star whose promise was ultimately unfulfilled. And Nelson, who portrayed Mrs. Berg in Fame, began her role at the age of 66 in 1982. Mrs. Berg, the compassionate and witty school secretary, brought a sense of warmth and humor to the show. However, Nelson's own life was marked by personal tragedy. She was married twice, but both marriages ended in failure, leaving her feeling increasingly isolated. While her on-screen persona exuded love and care, her personal life was marred by loneliness, especially in her later years. Her relationship with her children grew distant, and she struggled with feelings of disconnect from her family. Nelson passed away on August 4, 1992, at the age of 76, from a heart attack. Her death was a quiet contrast to the nurturing, maternal figure she portrayed on screen. Nelson's passing serves as a poignant reminder that behind the public image of a beloved character often lies a private life filled with hidden pain and sorrow. Albert Haig, best known for playing Mr. Swarovski in Fame, portrayed a strict yet compassionate music teacher who demanded excellence from his students while offering deep understanding of their personal struggles. Haig began playing the character in 1982 at the age of 62. Though he was a talented composer and educator, his personal life was fraught with emotional challenges. Despite a long and stable marriage, Haig's relationship with his wife was tested by difficulties, and his bond with his children was often strained. Haig's internal struggles and feelings of loneliness overshadowed his professional achievements. Although he had a distinguished career in music, he never found complete fulfillment in his personal life. He passed away on November 12, 2001, at the age of 81 after a prolonged battle with cancer. Haig's death marked the end of a celebrated career, but it also reflected a life deeply shaped by unresolved internal conflicts and personal regrets. Ken Swofford, who played the authoritative yet empathetic Vice Principal Quentin Morlock in Fame, joined the cast in 1983 at the age of 50. Morlock was a figure who enforced rules firmly but showed kindness and understanding when dealing with students' personal struggles. However, Swofford's real life was marked by emotional pain and personal challenges. He experienced 2 failed marriages and struggled with deep feelings of depression and detachment, which affected both his family and career. Despite a successful television career, Swofford's personal life was often overshadowed by loneliness and a sense of helplessness. He passed away on November 1, 2018, at the age of 85 from natural causes. His death marked the end of a long and successful career, but also highlighted the emotional struggles and personal losses he carried throughout his life. Swofford's legacy is one of enduring strength in the face of emotional turmoil, leaving a lasting impression on audiences despite the internal battles he faced. Graham Jarvis, who played Principal Bob Dyrenforth in Fame, joined the cast in 1986 at the age of 56. Bob Dyrenforth was a kind-hearted leader who guided students like a father figure, providing stability and reliability amidst the chaos of the performing arts school. However, in real life, Graham's career was marked by unfulfilled potential. Despite his years of experience in television and film, he often played supporting roles and never achieved the same level of recognition as many of his more famous peers. His personal life, though stable due to a long-lasting marriage, lacked the excitement and acknowledgement he may have desired in his career. In his later years, Graham faced the challenges of multiple myeloma, a slow-developing cancer that gradually weakened him. His final years were spent in silence, and on April 16, 2003, he passed away at the age of 72 due to complications from the disease. Graham's death marked the end of a steady career that never received the recognition it truly deserved, a life full of potential but never fully realized. Carrie Hamilton, who played Reggie Higgins in Fame, joined the cast in 1986 at the young age of 23, bringing a fresh and ambitious energy to her role. Reggie was a lively young woman with big dreams, determined to become a star and make her mark in the performing arts world. However, Carrie's real life was filled with tragedy and hardship. As the daughter of legendary comedian Carol Burnett, she faced immense pressure from the high expectations placed upon her. She struggled with addiction and a series of unstable relationships, which took a toll on her mental health and career. Although she started her acting career with great promise, Carrie felt that she never truly had the opportunity to shine in roles that matched her potential. In her 30s, she was diagnosed with lung cancer and fought bravely against the disease. Unfortunately, the cancer spread, and she eventually succumbed to it. Carrie passed away on January 20, 2002, at the age of 38, due to pneumonia caused by cancer complications. Her death was a significant loss, leaving behind an unfulfilled career and a life tragically cut short, making many mourn what she could have achieved. Dick Miller, who played Lou Mackey, the loyal and kind stage manager in Fame, began his role in 1984 at the age of 56. Lou Mackey was a background character, quietly supporting the students' artistic endeavors and providing crucial backstage assistance. Much like his character, Dick was always present but never in the spotlight, spending most of his career in film and television in minor roles, never getting the chance to fully shine. Despite his long career, Miller never managed to break into stardom, and his personal life was affected by career instability, leading him to take on many lesser-known roles. Although he maintained a stable family life, financial struggles and the reality of being an underappreciated actor weighed heavily on him. In his later years, he faced health issues, and on January 30, 2019, he passed away at the age of 90 after suffering a heart attack. Dick Miller's death, largely unnoticed by the public, marked the quiet end of a long career that remained mostly overlooked. Though he never received the recognition he deserved, he left an impression through his loyal and heartfelt performances, much like the character Lou Mackey that he portrayed. Carmine Caridi, who played Angelo Martelli in Fame in 1982 at the age of 48, was known for portraying a devoted father who constantly tried to support his son, Bruno, in pursuing his musical dreams, despite facing many challenges in his personal life. Caridi's character was a steadfast and loving father, but his real life was complicated and full of struggles. Despite a successful career in television and film, Caridi often struggled to land prominent roles, limiting his career growth. His personal life was also full of stress, especially after a painful divorce that distanced him from his children. As he grew older, Caridi faced increasing financial difficulties, which only intensified his feelings of isolation and insecurity. In the later years of his life, Caridi was largely forgotten by the public as his career dwindled. He passed away on May 28, 2019, at the age of 85, due to complications from a fall. His death was a tragic reminder of the untold pain behind the success and fame he once had, and the end of a life filled with loneliness and regret, despite once being an integral part of the entertainment industry. Morgan Stevens joined Fame in 1982 at the age of 31, playing David Reardon, a passionate and dedicated drama teacher who always pushed his students to realize their creative potential and artistic dreams. Stevens' character was beloved by his students for his sincere mentorship and encouragement, but his real life was filled with challenges and turbulence. Despite a promising start to his acting career, Stevens never truly achieved the breakthrough he hoped for, and for most of his career, he was relegated to supporting roles. Off-screen, Stevens faced a major personal tragedy when, in 1989, he was brutally beaten by the police during an unjust arrest, leading to severe physical and emotional trauma. Although he continued working in the industry, the injuries and career difficulties profoundly impacted his personal life. Morgan Stevens passed away on January 26, 2022, at the age of 70, from atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease. His death marked the end of a challenging life and career, with efforts that were never properly recognized, but with a love and passion for the arts that never wavered. Dave Shelley, who played Caruso in Fame in 1983 at the age of 52, was a charming and hospitable coffee shop owner who provided a safe haven for the ambitious students. While his character was the epitome of stability and enthusiasm, Shelley's real life was not easy. Despite a solid career in entertainment, he struggled to maintain lasting success, and his personal life was marked by a failed marriage. Shelley frequently faced financial issues and a life that never achieved the success he once expected. His health also took a toll, especially after undergoing heart surgery, which led to serious complications. Dave Shelley passed away on June 27, 1989, at the age of 58, following the surgery. His death marked the end of a life full of talent but also full of suffering, leaving behind a legacy of what could have been had he found the happiness and recognition he longed for but never achieved. Madeleine Roux, who played Mrs. Schwartz in Fame starting in 1982 at the age of 47, brought grace and dedication to the role of a committed teacher who always supported her students through artistic challenges. However, Roux's personal life was full of trials. She was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, a disease that gradually weakened her health and limited her ability to work. Despite a promising career, her illness slowly diminished opportunities and restricted her work. Roux's personal life was also turbulent, with 2 failed marriages and no children, leaving her to face much of her life in loneliness. Nevertheless, despite all the difficulties, Roux was respected in the entertainment industry, admired for her resilience and ability to recover from challenges. Madeleine Roux passed away on December 16, 2003, at the age of 68, due to complications from pneumonia. Her death marked the culmination of many years of silent suffering, but her legacy is that of a woman who persevered through illness and personal challenges, never giving up. Judy Farrell, who played Mrs. Charlotte Miller in Fame starting in 1982 at the age of 44, portrayed a patient and nurturing teacher who always supported her students through difficulties. While her character was beloved by the students and dedicated, Judy's real-life career was fraught with setbacks. Despite having a stable job, she never found a breakthrough role and struggled to find bigger opportunities after leaving Fame. Her personal life was also turbulent. After a difficult marriage and eventual divorce, she became a single mother, facing the significant challenges of raising her children alone. The unfulfilled ambition and sadness over her personal life led to an ongoing internal struggle. Sadly, Judy Farrell passed away on April 2, 2023, at the age of 84, due to complications related to a stroke. Her death was a great loss, leaving behind a legacy of kindness and dedication, but also reflecting a life overshadowed by silent struggles and a career that never received the recognition it deserved. Michael Thomas, who played Mr. Crandall in Fame in 1982 at the age of 56, portrayed a dedicated drama teacher who always encouraged his students to follow their creative passions. Thomas' character was an inspiring teacher, but his personal life was full of tragedy and unrealized potential. Although he had a stable career in entertainment, Thomas never achieved the recognition he hoped for, often being cast in smaller roles without enough opportunities to shine. In his later years, Thomas battled cancer, which weakened him both physically and mentally. Despite the illness affecting his ability to work, Thomas persisted in his career and refused to let the disease define his life. However, tragically, he passed away on September 3, 1982, at the age of 55, just months after beginning his role in Fame. His death was an unexpected and heartbreaking loss to both fans and colleagues, leaving behind a sense of regret for what could have been if his career had not been cut short by the dreadful illness. Anthony Newley, who joined the Fame cast in 1984 at the age of 53 as Trevor Kane, was a man full of charm and talent, but his life was full of contradictions. While he achieved great success in his music and film career early on, Newley struggled with addiction and a series of failed marriages. His romantic life was full of bitterness and betrayal as he fought to maintain long-lasting relationships. His wrong decisions and inner demons prevented his career from flourishing as he had once hoped, despite being a promising star. Newley's health began to decline in his later years when he battled kidney cancer. Despite being known as a talented artist, he became a shadow of his former self. Anthony Newley passed away on April 14, 1999, at the age of 67. His death marked the tragic end of a life full of wasted potential, missed opportunities, broken relationships, and ruined health, ending a life too soon with deep regret. Russ Marin, who played Louis Baca, the devoted and friendly doorman in Fame, joined the cast in 1983 at the age of 49. Louis, in the show, was known as someone always willing to help students and provide stability amid the chaos of the art school. However, Marin's real life was not as simple as his character. After a marriage that ended in a painful divorce, he faced emotional struggles and isolation, feeling that his career could never reach the heights he had hoped for. Though he was a familiar face on screen, Marin was often pigeonholed into supporting roles and never had the opportunity to shine like other actors. A sense of unfulfilled work and personal life haunted him. Later in life, his health deteriorated, and cancer ended his life on March 6, 2005, at the age of 70. His death was a significant loss, leaving behind a legacy of quiet dedication, but his life was marked by a series of disappointments both personally and professionally that he never fully overcame. Ted Sorrell, who played Mr. Chapman in Fame from 1985 at the age of 49, was a veteran actor with a commanding presence and stern demeanor. On screen, he portrayed a tough but fair teacher, always pushing students to rise to challenges. However, behind this role was a life filled with tragedy and struggle. Sorrell went through several failed marriages and faced challenges in fatherhood, leading to isolation in his later years. While his career had some successful moments, his personal life was consistently overshadowed by disappointment and sorrow. In addition to personal issues, Sorrell battled Lyme disease, a condition that gradually deteriorated his health over time. His final years were filled with regret over irreparable relationships and the physical pain caused by his illness. Ted Sorrell passed away on November 30, 2010, at the age of 74, due to complications from Lyme disease. His death marked the end of a life and career marred by personal and physical struggles, a reminder of the hardships he endured throughout his life journey. Lou Gallo, the voice actor for Andrew Rotter in Fame in 1987 at the age of 59, was a talented actor but unlucky in his career. Although Andrew wasn't a lead character, his presence in the show offered wise advice and comfort to the students. Lou Gallo, with a long career voicing many supporting roles, struggled to secure the leading parts he desired. Despite possessing skill and dedication, his career never reached the heights he had hoped for. Gallo's personal life was also challenging, with a failed marriage and no subsequent remarriage. He lived alone in his later years, facing loneliness and the absence of family relationships. Toward the end of his life, Lou suffered from serious health issues, including heart disease, and passed away on June 11, 2000, at the age of 71, due to complications from an aortic aneurysm. His death came in silence, marking a regretful end to a life and career that never truly received the recognition he deserved. Irene Cara, a music and film icon, made a guest appearance in Fame in 1984 at the age of 25. She gained prominence with the theme song Fame, and followed up with the legendary single Flashdance. What a Feeling, both of which became global hits, propelling Irene to the peak of her career. She seemed destined for stardom, but Irene's personal life was deeply affected by the pressures of fame. Although she experienced major successes, her career gradually stalled as she struggled to find roles worthy of her earlier achievements. Her personal relationships also encountered difficulties, with broken romances and an inability to find lasting happiness. Additionally, Irene faced financial troubles, battling legal disputes and a decline in her career. Despite this, she remained beloved for her significant contributions to music and film, particularly for songs that became iconic. Unfortunately, she passed away on November 25, 2022, at the age of 63, leaving behind an indelible legacy in music and film, but also serving as a reminder of the challenges and hardships a star must endure when the spotlight begins to fade. George Burns, a legend in the entertainment industry, appeared as himself in Fame in 1983 at the age of 87, bringing humor, charm, and his trademark charisma to the film. With a distinguished career spanning decades, he won numerous awards and remained a Hollywood icon. However, behind the glitter of his career, George's personal life was filled with tragedy and loss. His wife, Gracie Allen, his lifelong partner and co-star, passed away in 1964, leaving an indelible pain in his heart. Gracie's death was a blow that George never truly recovered from, and he spent much of the rest of his life in solitude and regret. Although he continued his career and appeared in shows and films, George's personal happiness was overshadowed by the absence of his beloved wife. In his later years, his health began to decline, and on March 9, 1996, George Burns passed away at the age of 100 due to heart failure. His death marked the end of a brilliant life, but also the conclusion of a painful journey filled with love and loss. Dominique Dunne, the promising young actress, played Tracy in Fame in 1982 at the age of 22. Tracy was a passionate and ambitious girl, reflecting Dominique's own dreams and aspirations in her acting career. However, behind the spotlight, her life was overshadowed by tragedy. Dominique became involved in a violent relationship with her boyfriend, John Sweeney, a man with an unpredictable temper. The abuse escalated, and in October 1982, Sweeney callously strangled Dominique, leaving her in a coma for several days. Despite the efforts of doctors, she could not survive and passed away on November 4, 1982, at just 22 years old. Her sudden and heartbreaking death not only took away a young talent but also left a huge shock for Hollywood. A rising star was extinguished, leaving a profound sorrow for those who admired her. Art Carney, the seasoned actor, portrayed Tim O'Banion in Fame in 1982 at the age of 64. With years of acting experience, he portrayed an older, wise character who guided the younger generation with profound advice, reflecting his own life struggles. Though Carney reached career heights with an Academy Award for his role in Harry and Tonto, his later years were shadowed by disappointment. He struggled to break free from being typecast in certain roles, and his later works did not have the same impact. Carney's personal life was also turbulent. His marriage ended in bitterness, affecting his relationships with his children and leading to years of loneliness. Although he left a respectable legacy in cinema, his life was tinged with sadness. Carney passed away from natural causes on November 9, 2003, at the age of 85, closing a life full of ups and downs and regrets. Signa Asso, who played Frida Grauer in Fame in 1982 at the age of 67, portrayed a resilient and resourceful character. However, off-screen, her life was filled with pain and loss. Asso went through a difficult marriage, but her greatest tragedy was the loss of her son, a wound that never healed, deeply affecting her emotional well-being. Despite career successes, she struggled with inner battles, especially as old age brought more challenges. In her final years, Asso bravely fought cancer, but the toll of illness, coupled with the weight of past grief, weakened her health. She passed away on June 7, 2002, at the age of 86, from pneumonia and cancer. Though she left a legacy of perseverance and talent, her life was deeply marked by loss and hardship, contrasting with the strong character she portrayed on screen. Marge Champion, who played the elegant and Carlton in Fame in 1982 at the age of 63, portrayed a character with grace and sophistication, reflecting the same qualities she exhibited throughout her career. However, her life off-screen was not as glamorous as her performances. Her marriage to Gower Champion, her first husband and co-star, ended in pain, leaving emotional scars that were never fully healed. Though she remarried, the wounds from her first marriage remained, and she often expressed feelings of loneliness and unmet emotional needs. Despite achieving success as a dancer and choreographer, her later years were filled with deep sorrow, as she witnessed the loss of many loved ones. Champion's life was a blend of stage brilliance and silent inner struggles. She passed away on October 21, 2020, at the age of 101, leaving behind a legacy of beauty and talent, but also carrying with her the unhealed emotional scars of her private life. Arte Johnson, who portrayed Cliff Armbruster in Fame in 1983 at the age of 54, brought humor and eccentricity to his coffee shop owner character, creating an interesting highlight in the film. However, contrary to his comedic screen persona, his personal life was overshadowed by sorrow and instability. Despite being a star with the show Laugh In, Johnson faced difficulties in his personal relationships, especially his turbulent marriage, which eventually ended in divorce. This breakdown led him into a state of isolation and emotional distress, which worsened as he aged and faced health problems. In his later years, Johnson struggled with heart issues, deepening the loneliness he had endured for many years. Though his career left a significant mark, his personal life was filled with unhealed pain. Johnson passed away on July 3, 2019, at the age of 90 from heart failure, leaving behind a legacy of comedy but also a life shadowed by loss and solitude. Bruno Kirby, who played Marty Schwartz in Fame in 1982 at the age of 33, portrayed an ambitious and passionate dancer, embodying the resilient spirit of dreamers. However, in contrast to his dynamic character on screen, Kirby's real life was tinged with tragedy. Despite his talent and unique charm, his career faced many obstacles, as he was often cast in supporting roles and rarely had the chance to shine in lead parts. Career disappointments affected his personal life, with unstable relationships and increasing periods of isolation. Kirby's greatest battle came in 2005 when he was diagnosed with leukemia. The rapidly progressing disease stole away his hopes for a long career and life. Despite fighting bravely, Kirby passed away on August 14, 2006, at the age of 57. He left behind a legacy of unfulfilled potential and a life cut short by cruel fate. Gwen Verdon, who played Melinda McNeil in Fame, brought charm and elegance to the character when she joined the series in 1982 at the age of 57. As a legendary dancer and actress, Verdon's career was filled with praise and remarkable achievements, but her personal life was marked by silent pain. Her marriage to renowned choreographer Bob Fosse was a blend of talent and tragedy, as his infidelity and emotional distance created a turbulent family life. Though she shone on stage, Verdon endured the pain of heartbreak and irreplaceable losses, particularly the tragedy of losing their child, which deepened the emotional scars she carried. Despite continuing to leave an indelible mark in the arts, her private life was marked by lingering sadness. On October 18, 2000, Verdon passed away from a heart attack at the age of 75. Her legacy in dance and theater is undeniable, but the emotional wounds she faced outside the spotlight left a bittersweet echo to her life of glory. Ray Walston, who portrayed the warm Bertie Whalen in Fame, brought a nurturing character to life, always encouraging and imparting wisdom to art students. Joining the series in 1982 at the age of 68, he brought his wealth of experience into the role, reflecting the gentle nature he exhibited in real life. However, despite his talent and dedication, Walston's career was hampered by often being typecast, preventing him from achieving the level of fame he deserved. Behind the spotlight, his personal life was also full of complications. A strained marriage and emotional distance from family left him in a lonely silence. Disappointments in both his career and personal life weighed heavily on him in his later years. After a long period of health issues, Walston passed away on January 1, 2001, at the age of 86. He left behind a legacy of memorable performances but also carried personal struggles that few knew about. John Carlin, who played Detective Kessler in Fame, joined the series in 1982 at the age of 49. Kessler was a determined and practical detective, offering sharp insights and experience to the storyline. However, Carlin's real life was marked by more sadness than the steady character he portrayed on screen. Despite having a long career with many memorable roles, he never reached the heights of fame like many of his peers. His career, though steady, was always missing the recognition he sought, leading to periods of frustration and quietness in his personal life. He went through multiple failed marriages and struggled with loneliness and emotional instability. In his later years, Carlin battled increasingly serious health issues, and his once bright fame gradually faded into silence. He passed away from heart failure on January 22, 2020, at the age of 86. Though he left behind a memorable legacy in entertainment, his personal life was a series of silent struggles, making his passing all the more poignant. Which performance from Fame left the deepest impression on you? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to stay updated with future videos.